Hello everyone and welcome back to our training in Windows Server Administration. In this video, we are going to explore how to share files and folders in the client server network that we have built using the server and the Windows client machine. We will be looking at achieving our task using two methods. First, by using the file and storage services role, and the second being the legacy method of simply creating files and folders and sharing them with the intended users. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Before we begin, let's just create a scenario which will help us to understand the file sharing better. In the previous video, we created several organizational units and security groups. So let's go ahead and have a look at it first. I'm going to click on my Active Directory users and computers. And a quick look at the headquarters organizational unit that we had created. We have a IT organizational unit in which we have created two security groups and we have allocated users to these groups, namely the networking team and the programmers. As part of my networking team, we have members allocated to this networking team, in our case tech user 2, and similarly for programmers we have tech user 1, who is the member of this particular security group. So assume we want to create a folder containing ICT policies and we want to provide full access to the programming team, whereby the programming team will be able to read and write to the files and folders, whereas the networking team, we would want to allocate them only the ability to read from the files and folders and not be able to create any folders or files. In our Server Manager, we have the file and storage services role already installed by default. Having a look at the servers, we have one server that we have promoted to the domain controller, and this is what we are going to use to share the files. I'm going to click on shares. We have folders that we have shared in our previous videos. The sys volume and net logon are by default created when we install the DNS role. And in our previous video, we have also seen how to share wallpaper by creating a folder and deploying the services from there. So I'm going to create a new share. For this particular scenario, we are going to simply click on the server message block, the SMB share. Our server is listed. If we want to share the entire volume, we can select by the volume and that will share our entire C drive. But let's just go ahead and create a folder by checking on the custom path. Click browse. We need to create a folder here. So I am going to create a new folder and let's just give it the name ICT policies based on the scenario that we have created. Click on select folder, click on next. Our share name, I'm going to leave it as ICT policies, and the remote part to share is the training server /ICT-policies. Click on next and check on the enable access based remuneration. The access based enumeration only enables the designated users to the roles that we are going to provide as per the file sharing abilities. And I'm going to customize the permissions since I only want the IT staff or users to access the files and folders that we are sharing. So I'm going to customize permissions, and by default all the users are allowed. So I'm going to disable the inheritance by converting it to explicit permissions on this object, and I'm going to remove the users from this and also add the security groups that we have created, namely the programmers and the networking team from the IT department. So I'm going to click on select principal and I'm going to add the security groups. So this time around I'm going to add the programming team. Okay, so for programmers we are going to allow them full control, so they'll be able to read and write as well to all the contents within the folder. And next we want to add the network team. So I'm going to click on the networking team, check names to ensure that we have the right security groups and click OK. And for this I'm going to show advanced permissions and ensure the create files and create folders are not, because based on our scenario we do not want the networking team to have any ability to create files and folders. And here we have the networking and the programming security groups added with its privileges that we have assigned. So I'm going to click on apply and OK. Clicking on next will provide us with our location and the information, so we are simply going to click on confirm. So the SMB share has been created and the permissions have been set. Let's just close it and go ahead and check the shared folder that we have created. using our client machine by logging in as a member of the programming and networking team to explore the privileges that have been assigned based on the folder that we have shared. So going to our client machine, I'm going to log in first by using TechUser1, which is part of the programming team. So programmers members is TechUser1. We will ensure that the TechUser1 has the ability to be able to read and write to the folder that has been shared. The network path of the location, I'm going to press enter, and let's just go back to verify. So this is the training and the ICT policies that we open. Click OK to access it. Let's just go on to see if we are able to make additions based on the permissions we had set. There we go. As the tech user one under the programming team, we are able to create folders and files. Let's just rename this particular folder, and within this folder let's create a new text file, and I will name it as programmers. So we have seen that based on the security group programmers, we are able to make the changes, we are able to read and as well as write into the folder that we have shared on the network path. Now it's time for us to verify if the other security group is able to do the same, which shouldn't be the case since we have only given the networking team the privilege to read the files. So I'm going to sign out from TechUser1 and sign in with TechUser2. Training server /ICT policies. It's picked up, so I'm going to click enter, and there we go. Based on the previous user's access, we have created a demo folder, and inside the demo folder we have also created the text file named as programmers. We can access it. However, let's just try to write something on the file, and let's see if we are able to save this. So file and save, and we can see that we do not have the permission to any modifications to it. So I'm going to cancel it. Let's just try to see if we are able to create folders just like the programmer security group had been able to create. And we do not have the permission to perform this particular action. So that is what we wanted to achieve by creating the scenario and trying to learn how to share files and folders. So that was one way of creating files and folders, and let's go and explore the legacy way of creating and sharing the files and folders at the same time. So I'm going to switch back to my server, and while we are at the local disk, let me create yet another file, and this one I'm going to name it as share. Maybe in this case, I am going to give permission to everyone. I'm going to click on properties, and under the sharing tab, I'm going to click on advanced sharing and click on share this folder. This time around, I'm going to add permissions, and as discussed, I'm going to give the control to everyone, and maybe I can give full control to everyone. Click apply and click OK and OK. I'm going to close this. So let's just go and verify in Windows 11 if we are able to access this file. Again, I'm going to access my network path, and this time around I'm just going to the training server, and the share folder that we had created is present here, and I can open it. And if I want to create files and folders, I should be able to. So let's just go ahead and click to see, and there we go. Because we have been able to share this file with everyone, any modifications, read, write, modifying the files and folders privilege has been given to everyone. So suppose since I am signed in as tech user 2 and I have created this folder, if tech user 1 or anyone from the HR or training users are able to log in, and if they wish to delete this folder, they will be able to do so at the same based on the privileges we have given. So a quick recap on sharing files and folders. We have seen two ways. The first way was through the file and storage services role that has been configured in the server by default, and the second method of sharing files and folders is simply by creating the files and going through the properties and sharing it by assigning permissions through the security tab. So this is it regarding file sharing. In the next video, we will look at how to map drives on the network to our intended users.